or something.
We got dog ears in this bad boy.
Brandon's our resident serial killer. Actually. He's just.
Listen, you want to go see? You want the LA tour? I'll take you on the LA tour. You want to see the Silver Lake Murder? I'll take you. Don't tempt me with a good time.
I feel like I need to do a whole other podcast with you.
Come on back.
Yes.
Come on back anytime. It'll be 4 hours long, and it'll be just me talking about like Zodiac, and it'll be upsetting for everybody.
That's so amazing. You're definitely my favorite out of the three now.
Let's fucking go!
Brandon swoops in.
Low bar.
Shut up! I came in right at the end. All right.
All right, that's it for our conversation with Charlize Theron.
She's so badass.
Once again,
man. Golly.
Dude, she really is. So many badass films, too. Well, once again, that convo was brought to you by Reese's. And that wraps up another episode of New Heights, brought to you by Liquid IV. Thank you to Charlize Theron. Check out Apex on Netflix April 24th. Make sure you subscribe to the New Heights channel on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
That's right. Once again, New Heights is a Wondery show. Follow the show on all social media at New Heights. Show with 1S for fun clips throughout the week. We're going to have a bunch after that Charlize Theron interview, man. She's a badass. You guys are badasses. Thanks to the New Heights production team for being a motherfucking badass. And thanks to the 92%ers.
I literally thought you were making muscles.
Oh, don't mind me. Here's my muscles and my pit stains.
This is how two football players podcast. They flex at you for 10 minutes, and then
I thought you were kissing. Yeah, oh my God. Okay. All right.
We show our pit stains.
Welcome to the show.
Wyatt just kicked me the other day. My oldest daughter, like full on, I was doing a ghost sound to scare her on purpose, and she full on kicked me. And I'm like, listen, we do not hit each other. But in my head, I'm like, kind of love this.
He had the right reaction. You want your daughter to kick when somebody does that.
That's right. She's got to survive. She got to survive Apex. If there's a serial killer after her one day, she's got to make it.
Mark my words.
Yeah.
When you have the third one hit 11, I promise you're going to have days where you just get in your car and drive around the block for like an hour. You're out of the house. It's what I call like a timeout. Like I have to literally just leave the house right now.
Put yourself in timeout. Nice.
I'm going to go to the store. Anybody need anything? I'm just going to go make a quick trip. All right, let's get to our convo with Charlize Theron. This convo was brought to you by Reese's. Our guest today is an actress producer from South Africa. Woo-hoo! She's got a Golden Globe, 2 Critics' Choice Awards, and an Academy Award. She was named one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people. You know her from her roles in The Italian Job, Monster, Mad Max Fury Road, Atomic Blonde, The Old Guard, and Fast and Furious, as well as her new film coming out to Netflix April 24th, Apex. 92%ers, please give a warm welcome to Charlize Theron! Yeah, now that's the flex. That's the flex.
Right
Oh, that's good. I was hoping you would give me a big one like that. I hear you give other guests big ones. I was like, I better get a really big fucking one.
We're listing them all.
Never hold back.
We're listing them all. You were showing off those muscles. This movie is unbelievable. It's such a flex in itself. You were doing a lot of the stunts, I heard.
I do a lot of the action. Yeah, I do all of the climbing in it is me.
Wow.
Some of the kayaking is not me. I was not a great kayaker.
Not a kayaker.
They shot with these 2 Olympic gold medalists in New Zealand and did all which the kayak stuff is great though, right? I've never seen people do stuff like that with a kayak. These 2 women were just unbelievable. But yeah, I do everything else. Everything else that's in the movie, I do.
That's so impressive.
That's awesome.
Or stupid.
A lot of times those go hand in hand.
I was going to ask you, do you have
greatness? You need the stupid and the crazy to get to greatness.
There you go. You got to be just a little crazy out here. Do you do it for the thrill, or do you do it for the shot, or do you what's the madness behind wanting to do all the action stuff?
Because I think good action movies work when you're telling the story through the action. It's not like the movie stops and you have an action scene and then the movie picks up again. Yeah. I like action movies where the action is part of the story. You don't understand the story unless you actually see the action. And that kind of physical storytelling I really love. I was a dancer for the first part of my life, and I was a storyteller that way. And when I started making movies, it was all very verbal and great, but then I really got a chance to do a big movie called Mad Max Fury Road, and
we're familiar.
I fell in love.
Fantastic as well. Yes.
I fell in love with using my body again. And so it kind of made a real effort to develop a couple of projects for myself to do that. So that's how I think of it. I think of it as, well, this part of the story we have to now tell, and it's physical. Like, how the fuck am I going to get up this hill without him shooting at me and hitting me? Like, how am I going to do that?
So fucking cool.
It is physical and it is badass. These are badass female roles in like the fullest extent. And this one in particular, telling the story through the action, you feel like what the character is going through. It's pretty remarkable.
My heart's racing with you.
The last scene, I have like a natural fear of like heights.
Oh,
so
really?
Sometimes I get that. Yes. Especially on the side of like cliffs for sure. Like even just a camera looking out. I'm in my couch. I know that I shouldn't be sweating, but I just start sweating. It's a visceral movie.
You know that last climb, the final like climb up when I get on the top and I'm exhausted and everything. That climb, that last bit coming over, we shot that on an actual, like a real face. And it was, I think more than 60 feet down. And there was you couldn't put mats or anything down. It was a real hang. So they had to drop me on a very, very thick, secure safety rope.
Yeah.
But that's all they could put me on. They couldn't put me on wires or anything like that because we were just in the bush. And so I had to. This was by far the scariest thing that I did. And everybody thinks it's the cliff dive, but I'm like, no, that was fun, even though it was only 6 feet of water. But every time I did that cliff dive, I was like, I'm getting more sand into my wetsuit. I'm getting closer and closer to that bottom. But that last climb, I had to basically get myself down. So you see this drop. And I don't have like a great fear of heights, but I'm also not like incredibly brave, you know? I'm like, this is probably not very
You have an
smart.
appropriate fear when you're hanging 60 feet over a cliff.
Once you're just a little, you're crazy enough to do it. That's half the fun.
Yeah,
right
exactly. I think we've come this far. I have to finish this now. So I'm dropping myself. I'm trying not to look down. I'm climbing and kind of scraping my body down just far enough so I'm out of the shot of the camera. And then I have to on action climb that last bit up, which is pretty steep and it's an overhang. And
oh my gosh.
That was one of the hard, and I was towards the end of the movie, I was so tired. And I just remember pulling myself up there the third time. And I just went, this is fucking insane. Like, this is absolutely insane. And in the movie, I kind of have a bit of a giggle, and that he kept it in, but that was literally me on the third take going like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is so crazy. Where it's simple. Like, you get it. It's like, there's a Christmas party and shit goes wrong, you know?
Yeah.
I love it.
And I love those movies. And I felt the same about this. I was like, wow, I just love that, you got to stay alive. You got to try and get out of this. And hopefully you do. Good luck. Go.
It is a nail biter every step of the way, always on the edge of your seat. It combines like so many movies in my head, like of great parts of them, like Cliffhanger or like Free Solo, Deliverance. Like there's like, who isn't terrified of being in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of people playing like banjos and whatnot? But no banjos in this one.
No banjos in this one. But it's amazing how beautiful places can become the most scary places, right? Places where people go and hike and they have these beautiful, like Sunday mornings can end up, being where somebody dies.
Right.
It's terrifying.
Yes.
I will say this though, Taron Egerton absolutely rocks it with you. He's awesome as well. The first time he did his animal noise, did that fuck you up? Did it like catch you off guard? It caught me off guard every single time he did it.
Yeah.
That was truly frightening. And he came up with that kind of like, I think a week before we started shooting, because he had this, he kept saying things like, I think of him as someone that has like Peter Pan syndrome. And it was such a great way to look at the character, this like little boy who's like trying to like be a man in nature, but he's just fucking sick.
You're doing it, man. You're doing it. You're really doing
exactly.
it.
And like, look at me. I can get water out of a tree. Like, okay, whatever. But I remember we did the first chase and he did one of those bird sounds and scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Is something really out here chasing me? What the fuck is that?
Yeah. And there's a reaction shot actually when the first time he does it, when he starts the song and he says, you have this song to get away from me. And then he does the bird sound. And that reaction is, I was like, fuck me. Like,
I gotta get the fuck out of here.
I gotta get the fuck out.
Why are you that good at this?
He's so amazing in the movie. I think he brings like a whole new twist to this. I think serial killer movies I love them. I'm obsessed with serial killer movies. I think you also I think because I'm so obsessed with real serial killers, there's so much variety to pick from, right? It's not always the tropey thing where, you're telling the story and this is why, and you're trying to justify or say why he's likes to cut women's heads off. And we didn't want to do that story. We really wanted to just tell a story that's in the moment. It's happening. And we're not getting into, too much of a history about why he's doing all these horrible things, which I like as well, because then he stays very scary. Mm-hmm. You don't understand him.
I agree. It's scarier when you don't know why he's doing that. I think at one point, Sasha, your character even tries to say the I don't want to give away too much of the movie, but you try to get that out of him or play on that, and he shuts it down right away. No, I'm just a psychopath. There's nothing deeper here. It's not as deep as you're trying to make it out. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, but can I hug you? Yeah. I love that moment too, because she's obviously all she has left is how she can psychologically maybe talk herself out of this situation. And I love that he doesn't go down that route. Yeah. And that I have to kind of come up with something else very quick on the fly. I'm so glad you guys love the movie. I really, I haven't, this is my favorite movie I've ever made.
What? You made some bangers. I was like, that's just cool to hear.
I know. So in 30 years, I've made a lot of movies and I've loved all of them for different reasons. But there's something about this movie that the way we shot it, where we shot it, just the time in my life when I needed to go and find something where I could just immerse myself into a world. And this movie was everything that I wanted. And then the end result was everything that I hoped for before we went to go do it. And so it's really nice to hear how much you guys are responding to it too, because I loved making this movie so much.
That's awesome. Fuck it.
Very cool. Yeah. I think it's going to be highly regarded. That comes out on Netflix coming up here. It's, you did a great job. You should be proud of it.
Thank you. That's so nice, you guys.
You were also a producer on Mindhunter, so you really are just all about the serial killers.
Yeah, are we watching Dateline every night, or what's where are we getting our fix for this knowledge?
I mean, what's wrong with that? I have fallen asleep to Dateline before. Mindhunter was a story that I heard about when I did Monster, when I played Eileen Wuornos, who was considered a serial killer.
Yeah.
And I kept hearing about this guy, John Douglas. He was the first behavioral science guy, and he is really the one that came up with profiling, which was a really big thing that he brought to the FBI. And they really fought it for years because they were like, I don't want to hear about this monster's mom. Don't tell me. But he had a way of kind of looking at the history of these people, and he could he profiled a lot of prolific serial killers actually, through just knowing more about them. And so I read one of his books. He has many books, and he's a very, very interesting guy. And he just always stayed with me as such a fascinating guy, because he's always in a nice suit. He wasn't he was the last guy that you would imagine would go to Rikers and want to sit down with serial killers and know more about them. So he was a great character. But yeah, we did 2 seasons with David Fincher, and it was one of those things that I was very proud of. I absolutely love what we did with it. And it's a serial killer story that really very rarely shows you the serial killer doing the act. It really was more about the academia behind, and how real serial killers they were part of that academia being found, sitting down with them. That's how they built their knowledge for profiling, which I just thought was fascinating.
That is fascinating.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
You guys don't like serial killers? Well,
we grew up in Ohio.
I will sit down and
a lot
watch.
of them come from Ohio, so I trying not
Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's too close to home.
That's right. So you guys see it in real life. Got it.
It's the everyday thing. So we tried to stay out
of
it.
We narrowly escaped it.
Narrowly escaped trying to kill each other. Nice. Well, for the movie, everybody, Netflix, April 24th, Apex. You gotta check it out. Charlize, before we get you out of here, though, we got some dumb questions to ask you. We have a dumb little game that we made up, and your movie resume is absolutely incredible. But we want to know how well you know those movies based off of some of the comments and reviews. We think this is a fun little game. And
comments and reviews.
Yeah.
So we're gonna read a comment, and you are going to try and tell us which movie you think that comment is referencing.
That is really hard.
Hopefully we didn't make it that hard for you. Let's see.
First one is from Miriam. It is, I feel like I just got drop kicked in the cervix for 120 minutes straight. Which of your movies would elicit that comment from Miriam?
It's either
5 stars, by the way. 5 stars.
Atomic Blonde or Tully.
You got it, Atomic Blonde. She knows it. Yeah.
All right. The next one is from Patrick Williams, who also gave the movie 5 stars. A few movies in history have ever whipped quite this hard.
Oh my God.
It could be a number of them.
Whipped so hard? That doesn't. There was no whips.
Read.
Wait a second.
I can't read.
Which movie do you think
Did
you
I
were
say that
whipped
right?
in? No, you're right. That's the you read it correctly, Travis.
That was a tough
Whipped
word.
hard. Is it Mad Max?
Yeah,
it is Mad Max indeed.
2 for 2.
There it is.
2 for 2.
I think whipped was the key word in that one.
There was a lot of leather in that movie, so that's why
Well, I think they're like whipped around. All right, here we go. From Liam F. 3.5-star review. They were in Italy for 24 minutes.
Oh, the Italian Job.
Yes,
There you
the
go.
Italian
That
job.
one was an easy one. That's a gimme. All right, one more.
From Adam Bolt, all sex scenes from now on should have Al Pacino in the background cheering for participants.
Oh my God, that's devil's advocate.
That's an all-time comment right there. Yes.
Oh my God, it sounds so wrong. But now don't you want to kind of see it? Yeah, this is the only way I have sex these days. Al Pacino's in the back.
Al, could you come in here, please?
And he's lovely. He submits. He comes. He does it.
He's a good man.
Great feedback.
I heard he's a good man.
All righty. We got to ask, you got to do the opening ceremony at the Winter Olympics this year. How was that experience?
Oh my God, it was amazing. I was asked and I was kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to stick out like a sore thumb. And it's such a special moment for so many athletes who work so hard. But I really kind of connected to the idea of just kind of spreading a little bit of hope, and I think I felt like it was a good stage to maybe do a little bit of that. I didn't want to go and like feed anybody medicine. Hopefully I didn't, but I'm fortunate enough to come from a beautiful country with this great man who plays a big part in the freedom of South Africa, Nelson Mandela. And you just can't go wrong with a Nelson Mandela quote.
Nice.
So it was very, very, very easy on my part. I just threw a dart, and like anyone that it was going to pick was going to be a good quote.
Nice.
But it is interesting that quote was so many years ago and how relevant it is today.
Absolutely.
But it was a great experience. It was just amazing to be that close to something like that. I just have such respect for athletes. I just think that the dedication and the hard work and the discipline that goes into sports is something to really kind of take your hat off to and bow. Like it's a great thing. It's amazing.
In the Olympics in particular, like once every 4 years, these athletes get the opportunity to go there and represent their country. It really is a special event that takes place on the national worldwide scale.
And then you see the smallest thing go wrong and you're just
I know.
It's because the stakes is so high, right? If it wasn't the 4-year thing, it would be fine, right?
Yeah.
When those skiers come down and they just, oh my God, Lindsey Vonn. I was like,
yeah, we all were
so
rooting for her. Yeah, she's a warrior though to go back out there and at least give it one other
There's
try.
no question.
She's a maniac. When I trained for Atomic Blonde, I trained with the same trainer as her at the same gym. And I got to know her a little bit during that period. And she is like, I'd show up so fucking exhausted. I'm like, who the fuck do I think I am that I'm going to come into this gym and like become a martial arts expert and get strong enough? And then she'd come in and I was just like, that's my inspiration. Just look at that, and do that. Just do that. Put your head down, do that. But she's so lovely.
Do you have a favorite event in the Olympics or? Anything that amazes you the most?
I like the ski. That skiing is pretty amazing, but I watched a lot of the figure skating because I have a teenager, a 14-year-old and an 11-year-old. So we watched a lot of figure skating. They were very much into that.
That's awesome.
Which again, the same thing. It's like that one throw, that one missed land. And you're just like, oh,
It's
and I was trying to explain it to my daughters. Because every time it happened, I was like, oh, and they're like, Mom, it's okay. She's fine. I was like, no, she's not.
No.
She can't do this for another 4 years. I'm like, she's gonna be fine. She's young, Mom. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Well, and they make a mistake and they just have to finish their routine. Like in their head, they know it's over. Yeah. All this training was done, but they're still going to skate around for another minute and do the rest of it. Like it's very admirable in that regard.
I don't know. It's like, you know, you're probably going to lose, right, Travis? But you keep fucking playing. You got to keep playing. That's,
you got to just love it.
I real admiration for that with the smile on the face, and they're giving the performance, but they know what it is.
Yeah.
Yes. And we, at least when we're out there, we have 10 other guys on the field with us going through it together. Like they're just like one person out there at a time. And it's like,
all eyes on them.
Another level of bravery.
You guys have had that feeling, right? You've had that feeling where you're.
Oh, for sure. I lost a Super Bowl to my brother, and it was the worst pain on the planet.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
Yeah, no.
It was a beautiful moment, Jason. We were both on top of the mountain together.
Yeah, it was great.
He was hanging off the cliff, though.
That's right. That's right. I would have. That's a time where I wouldn't have been afraid of the cliff because I would have jumped straight off of it. Yeah. That's right. You did just mention your 2 daughters. I have 4 under 6 right now. 4 daughters.
How are you talking? How are you putting it?
It's difficult. I don't know if you heard a second ago. There was just something happening upstairs. I don't really know what. I'm going to hear about it. But
that's impressive.
Is there any advice? What do I have to look forward to? What should I do?
Listen,
it was just Travis and I growing up.
Yeah, it was just us two.
Yeah. Well, I was an only kid, so the whole sibling thing to me, when they fight, I actually got worried. Like I was like, am I not doing the right thing? Like they're going to kill each other because they're both very, very strong. Like, you know, like they're not wallflowers and they're stubborn and they're just firecrackers. And so when they love very hard. But when they fight, I'm like, oh my God, like, am I going to go to jail? Like they won't stop. They get physical. And so I have to like call my friends up who my friend was like, are you kidding me? I had 2 sisters. I almost killed my sister. It's fine. Like this is nature does this beautiful thing where you think you're in your worst place right now so that you can cope with what you have. But from where I am, I can tell you that you're in a lovely place. And they're still lovely and sweet. And then one day you're going to walk into their room around 11 and they're going to just be like, why did you turn the lights on? What happened?
What is going on?
Like yesterday morning, you wanted me to cuddle with you. And now you're yelling at me for turning the lights on. Yeah, they just turn into hormonal nightmares. Like I'm getting my ass handed to me from the moment that I walk into the house, from the moment that you and all these things are going to serve them so well in life, but I might not make it. They're going to be fine. Yeah, I am the one holding them back.
Yeah, I that is what I'm worried about. I am terrified about that 11 through high school age range. I know it's going to be rough, and they're all going to be so tightly compact. Yeah. Wyatt just kicked me the other day. My oldest daughter, like full on. I was doing a ghost sound to scare her on purpose, and she full on kicked me. And I'm like, listen, we do not hit each other. But in my head, I'm like, kind of love this.
He had the right reaction. You want your daughter to kick when somebody does that.
That's right. She's got to survive. She got to survive Apex. If there's a serial killer after her one day, she's got to make it.
Mark my words.
Yeah.
When you have the third one hit 11, I promise you're going to have days where you just get in your car and drive around the block for like an hour. You're out of the house. It's what I call like a timeout. Like I have to really just leave the house right now.
Put yourself in timeout. Nice.
I'm going to go to the store. Anybody need anything? I'm just going to go make a quick trip.
All right. You got one rule, Jason. Don't turn the lights on, man. All right. We had Keanu Reeves on the show earlier this year. Another one of our favorites. And is it true you named your dog after Johnny Utah?
Yeah, I did. Because I adopted him in Utah. I was shooting a movie in Miami Valley.
Nice. And
Stray Dog, ended up in my trailer. And so he was from Utah and I wanted to do a little throwback and I love Keanu. He's a good friend. And I was like, How about that?
That's awesome.
So he always went by both those names. How cool is that?
It's the best.
Have you done other movie names or like character names for pets?
No, I have not. My daughters now name all the animals that we have. So it's a lot of like Billy, Bobby, Bibby, Baba,
Yeah.
Nicknames.
Yep.
Nothing but nicknames.
Yeah, it's just, like tiny little cute names. I'm like, can we get like a tough name in here? Like we have a farm and we got some working dogs and I was like, I get to name one. I want to name just one dog. And
what would you name a dog?
Oh, I did name her after a movie. Oh my God, I'm so tired.
What do you got?
I just named Ripley after
Ripley
Weaver. Yeah, Sigourney Weaver's character in Aliens.
Very cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's a badass female character. Right
we needed a badass name in there because it was a lot of like Billy, Bobby, Bibby.
We have a Patty, and then they're trying to call the new one Freddie, and I'm trying to go with something strong German. It's a German Shepherd. I'm thinking Gunda, like Gundel, or like it's got to be like a picture like in a big beer hall with Steins walking through the.
Oh my God, that's so funny. They like to put the E on the end on all of them, like to make it cute. So what you do is they named one of the dogs Teddy, and now I just call him Ted, and it's really cool. I'm like, Ted, let's go, Ted. Like I just don't go, and he loves Ted. I can tell he likes it way more.
In 2014, you said climbing Mount Kilimanjaro was on your bucket list. Jason has actually climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. Have you done it? Is it still on the bucket list?
Yeah, no, I haven't done it because I have two teenagers.
This is pre-kids. Yeah.
Wait, what? Tell me the experience. Was it something that you wanted to do, or was just by chance you were
on Kilimanjaro? So he had done it for a number of years. He had climbed it, I think, at that point 4 times. Wow. Like he's just a complete badass about it. And we were talking about it. A couple buddies did it the year before. I was like, you know what? I'll go do it, thinking naively that it wasn't going to be that hard. And then just like got humbled so bad. I mean, just like, and this is like the most white collar like mountain climb you can do, right? Like we have tons of support and like locals that are helping us up this mountain with like giving us water and food, and tents are being set up. Like it's a very, if it's possible at all to get my fat ass up this mountain, this was the way to do it.
Yeah.
Still on the last day, the summit day, you get up really early because the goal is to be at the summit for sunrise, right? So you get up at like 12 a.m. and you just start hiking. You know, you got a 6.5, 7 hour
and like complete darkness, day. Like just with a little
complete darkness. You have the headlamp, headlight in front of you.
This is crazy.
And the route that we went that time was very steep. So you can't even go straight up. You have to do skip backs, right? You're like going sideways essentially so that you can go up this rock face.
Yeah.
We finally get there, and then we have another 2-hour walk around. But what I didn't know is once you get above, I think it's like the 18,000 foot or 17,000 foot threshold, you get to a certain point on Kilimanjaro where you're no longer able to replace the oxygen, right? Like it's a slower, it's not as severe as
Everest.
The other, I forget the name of them, but the other big summits.
Yeah.
But you're up there, and as a bigger guy, you're using more oxygen. So I was doing great. Wasn't really having an issue. And then right when I got to the summit, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I didn't get
did he like hit you? How? Like you were just
like so fatigued, like a level and a little bit dizzy. And they tell you like the moment you get there, you just want to get down as fast as possible. Wow. So I am literally like jumping down the side of this mountain. Like I am bounding and like skiing down on my shoes just to get down as fast as possible. My one buddy Bo is just seated in the gravel and he's just sulking because he's so tired. I'm like, dude, what are you guys like? My Sherpa left
me. Did you enjoy the summit at all?
It was incredible. I mean, you are very tired, but at that point you've put in 4 days climbing up it. At least on this trip we do. There are people that climb it much faster, but it's such a highlight of a moment. And then on top of that, like Haloti Nada, one of our teammates, was retiring at the summit. There's all these wounded warriors. Like it's a guy that only had one leg that climbed it with us, right? Like it's a really powerful trip.
Holy smokes.
And you still bitched about
exactly. That's the thing. He did it so much easier than I did. And I was like,
you've changed, Jason.
And then you've
changed.
The worst part too is then you still have to go back down. Like we get down from there, we get down to that base camp, and then You have to go down another however many thousand feet from there. And my back just started tightening up, and it was a grind of a session that I was not prepared for.
You're not selling it.
You're not selling it at all.
I will say this, knowing you and what I've seen you do in these movies, I think you would absolutely crush it. And I told everybody I would not do it ever again, but there is something where when you go through something that taxing and that intense, I would go with my daughters because I think it's a transformative experience if you've never done anything like that. And Kilimanjaro is for sure, like, there's nothing more like symbolic than like overcoming struggles and like adversity than like climbing a mountain and getting to the top, right? That is a very symbolic thing. And it feels like Kilimanjaro is like the most approachable of all the major summits for novice climbers. So if you're thinking about it, I highly recommend it. It's awesome. I feel like I just used up all of our time to talk to you, telling the story. So I am going to stop talking now.
My next trip. So yeah.
Yeah. You'll enjoy it and also hate it.
Which is how you love. You have to hate it a little.
There you go.
I understand the whole, like, wanting to do something with your daughters. I'm always looking for something like that I can go and do, because otherwise I'll just end up living in a Sephora for the rest of my life. I'm like, I must get out of Sephora. And I just took my oldest girl is very, like, she's a scaredy cat. Like, she's very pensive, which I love, because I'm like, you're going to be safe. I'm not going to worry about you when you leave home. And then the little one's a daredevil, like, just completely crazy. But I spent spring break with them, and I was trying to find something like what you were talking about that we could do together that would be like we'd get to the end of a real accomplishment. We did that.
Yeah.
And so we went to Hawaii, and I found this zip lining company, and so I was like, I didn't tell them because I knew they would just say no. So when we landed, I said, we're going to play a game. Everybody's going to say one thing, and we all have to do that one thing. And so mine was zip lining.
Nice.
The fear that it was pouring rain. It could not have been more miserable.
That could get a little dicey.
We ended up so high. It was like 8 zip lines to get down. Scary, like really scary. And you're tied to a rope. You can't go backwards. You can't go forwards. I was like, this is going to go so wrong. And my oldest daughter didn't want to wear the raincoat because it didn't look cute. So she's in her,
of course,
like dripping water. And I'm like, you should have put the raincoat on. Mm-hmm. But we got to the end of it, and it was really, you can't describe it. Like, it's so much work as a parent to do these things. But at the end, you're just like, wow, we got in the van and everybody was laughing about it.
Nice.
And the hard work that it is to get you guys up here, and look at you now. You've got a wet sweatshirt on and you're still happy.
There we go.
It's weird. It's like even in football, like the misery that you go through with your teammates. What you talk about the most. Like, you talk about camp in 100 degrees and you're all out there sweating and hating life, but it somehow brings you closer together. It's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
We got one last question for you.
Last one. We will stop taking up your time.
Yes, but we have to know, we ask all of our guests, what was their welcome to their profession moment? So what was your welcome to Hollywood moment?
It sounds like a written moment in like a very cheesy Lifetime original movie. But I landed at LAX, and I knew nothing about Los Angeles. As a matter of fact, I thought I was getting a one-way ticket to Hollywood. And when the ticket came, I was like, it said Los Angeles. I was like, God damn it. So it's
appropriate. That's an appropriate response.
South Africa, okay? And I grew up on a farm. I did not know any of this stuff. So I drove in a taxi from LAX, and I just remember he took me to this hotel called the Farmer's Daughter, which now is a really nice little hotel, very boutique-y, but back when I stayed there, it was rented by the hour. I was like, I can afford this. And when the way he must have taken me a scenic route, because it's not the natural route to get to this place. But I just remember on one of the roads, I actually saw part of the Hollywood sign.
Nice.
And I just went, it was like, oh,
yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to make it.
You're doing it. Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
That's so awesome.
And I
cool.
called my mom that night and I was like, I saw the Hollywood sign. I was very proud of myself. It was a moment where I definitely felt like, oh, now I'm in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That's
Just
awesome.
hit all right there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I can attest, like it's hard to find that. I hear you saying he took you the scenic route. It's hard to actually find the sign if you don't know where it is or exactly what view you can get to see it. It's but seeing it is magical. And for you to be going to LA for the first time and seeing that in the start of the career had to be epic.
It might have been the route of a serial killer now that I'm like, yeah, it was a very.
Oh, I'm just taking you to the scenic route. Don't ask questions.
but then, interestingly enough, somewhere on the trip, he must have decided against it because he didn't kill me. So I wonder what I did in the car that made him go, oh, not this one. I'm going to take her back to the hotel. So thank you, man, who drove me serial killer for not killing me.
Well, we thank you. Congrats on another amazing movie. Can't wait to see how everyone just raves over this one. And best of luck to you in the future on all the other movies that you have coming. Thank you so much for the stories and your time, and wishing you the best.
Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you. And I'm so happy you loved the movie. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
It was
all right. Bye.
Imagine a strong, fearless NFL player, someone who dominates on the field and never backs down. Yet a single sentence from his little daughter completely shakes him. That's exactly what happened with Jason Kelce. He was just having a normal, relaxed moment at home with his daughter Wyatt, enjoying a typical family day, when out of nowhere she said something so honest, so unfiltered, that in his own words, it hurt his soul. Kids have a way of doing that. They don't hold back, they speak pure truth, and sometimes that truth hits harder than anything else. What made the moment even more unforgettable was who witnessed it. Jason wasn't alone. His brother Travis Kelce was there, along with global superstar Taylor Swift. And their reaction? Complete silence. They just looked at each other, stunned, trying to process what they had just heard. It was one of those rare moments where time almost pauses, awkward, hilarious, and deeply real all at once. Jason later shared that he didn't know whether to laugh or feel a little heartbroken. On one hand, it was funny, because kids can be unintentionally savage. But on the other hand, it was a reminder of how honest and unpredictable parenting can be. Every parent wants to be their child's hero, but kids have a way of bringing you back to reality in the most unexpected ways. And that's exactly why this story is going viral. It's not just about celebrities, it's about a universal experience. Behind the fame and the spotlight, Jason Kelce is just a dad who got hit with a brutally honest moment from his child. It's raw, it's relatable, and it shows that even the toughest people have soft spots when it comes to their kids. In the end, it's these imperfect, unscripted moments that make the best stories, the ones people remember, laugh about, and connect with the most.